I don't normally make videos like this, but I feel like given the current circumstances around vultures and Kanye as a whole, I don't know, man. I gotta get this out somewhere because vultures ever since it came out has had me feeling like an insane person. Looking at the date, as I'm filming this, it's the 18th, so it's been out for 8 days. Uh, I think I know why he delayed it to the 10th because that's when the College Dropout came out. So you can listen to 20 exact years of straight decline, but whatever. Um, Camera angle might have changed. I don't know if it did. Um, because I tried recording the rest of this completely unedited, just off the cuff, unscripted, and yeah, I completely lost my place so many times, and I don't want to leave that shit in. But we'll go ahead and start with the actual review of the album, I guess. Stars, track one. It's fine. I like the drums. Drums are pretty good, and the hook's pretty good. I mean, it's not necessarily a hook. I mean, it's a minute 55 long, you know. But the kind of I want that kind of sample. It's pretty nice over the drums. But song doesn't really leave much of a lasting impression. Next song, Keys to My Life. About everything I said about the first one applies to this one as well. I kind of blend these two together in my mind, although Keys to My Life is a little bit better, but it's guilty of all the same things as the previous one. Now, Paid is where I start to seriously question this man's decisions. I don't know if this was completely his decision or if Peggy suggested it. I feel like some of the more questionable decisions are probably from Peggy, but yeah, speaking of Peggy, my dad rubbed heads with him in Knoxville. That was fucking cool as hell. But anyway, Paid is pretty good, except for the Roxanne interpolation. I've heard people calling it a sample, but it doesn't sound like a sample. I'm pretty sure it's an interpolation. It's just shit. Where did it go? I'm just here to get paid. That part goes. That part is fucking fire. Oh yeah. I have my volume off. This is a professional recording setup. And yeah, that just sounds like ass. I'm not gonna lie. And that's about a minute and 11 into the song, so it's not like it's at the beginning or end and you can just skip it. No, you'd have to manually. Well, I mean, you can skip it. You have to go in, find it. I guess there's lyrics now, so you can just click on the lyrics. Never mind. But when I listened to it first, it didn't have the lyrics on Spotify. Well, first I listened to it on Apple Music because it came out first on Apple Music, and I got a free trial because I was desperate and I wanted to listen to it right when it came out. Regardless of that, though, I don't know, Paid goes pretty hard after that, but, like, you've already spent a minute just doing nothing. Like, that's a minute of my... How many times do I listen to this? I don't know. Maybe around 5, maybe 6. Those are 5 or 6 minutes that I'm never going to get back in my life. The rest of it's pretty good. The song is, like, 3 minutes and 15 seconds long, so that's basically a third of the song that leads up to a bad part. So I'm not saying the bad part is a third of a song, but nothing happens before the bad part. It's like just complete boring, bad part, good part. Why is there like an extra minute in there of nothing? This could have been a better song if it was just like 2 minutes long. But no, they had to throw in an extra minute of fucking whatever to pad out the runtime, which this thing is 55 minutes and we're supposed to be getting 3 of them. Did he learn nothing from the Donda Deluxe situation of having like a 2.5-hour album where like half of the tracks are shit and just alternate versions of other tracks? I mean, hey, whatever. I'm sorry his mom died, but I did go to the Donda house because I'm a white boy who went to Chicago. Of course I'm gonna go to the Donda house. But yeah, we'll move on from Paid. Pretty good song aside from that, but like, it's not that hard. It's not that easy to ignore. I'm not going to be cutting out small mistakes. I'm just going to say the right thing. That's why I had my volume off. So that when I swipe on this phone, it doesn't play. Talking is the next track. Now, this one came out a few days before the album, and there's been snippets of it floating around for what feels like forever. It's the one with North, and I think the song is cute. I think it's very cute, very wholesome, but I'm going to be real with you. The first half of the song is a 10-year-old rapping, and I don't really want to listen to it. Sure, it's cute, but cute doesn't make me bob my fucking head. The beat's pretty good, and the beat kind of gets me going, but then I realize I'm still listening to a 10-year-old just be like, it's your bestie, miss. And I'm not criticizing her for her performance. She's 10. She's miles ahead of fucking Adonis. Holy shit, that kid is... Don't talk to my man like that. Ugh. But still, it's a 10-year-old rapping, and I don't really want to listen to that. The second half is pretty good, and we get a rare case of Kanye singing good on this project. Towards the end, Kanye's voice comes in, and he actually sounds good singing. That doesn't really happen much on this album. And his voice doesn't really sound that good when rapping either on some tracks, but whatever. So yeah, the second half of this, pretty good. But the first half, I can't really ignore that it's a kid, and it's just not, it doesn't keep me going. What's this next one? Back to Me. Okay, yeah, this song is a fucking... Okay, so I'll just play you... Oh, wait, no. I thought of a different song. This song is one that I really dislike, though. In a way. So I think this song had, like, the potential to be the best thing he's put out since Jail. Which is a lofty claim, I know. Jail is fucking amazing. But I had heard snippets of this quite a while ago. It was just a snippet of the end of Ty's hook going into the drums. And I liked the drums, and I liked Ty's hook, so I was like, okay, this song's gonna be good. And it is, in a way, but if you've been following Kanye, and you've seen more clips of it, you know that there's the whole beautiful big titty butt naked women don't just fall out the sky, line. And, like, I thought that was gonna be one line, and one bad line, that's fine. I could ignore one bad line, right? But let's see, when does his verse start? Okay, yeah, the beautiful big titty thing starts at 1:23, and it goes until 2:44. That's over a minute long of him basically just saying, beautiful big titty butt naked women don't just fall out of the sky, in this weird auto-tuned voice that just turns me off, right? And then it goes into Ty's hook, right? Good part. And then Freddie Gibbs' verse. Fuck yes. He is the saving grace of this song. Freddie Gibbs' verse goes really hard. I'm trying not to sound like a fucking zoomer. I'm just saying shit goes hard. It's very good. It's very good. It's the best thing I've heard from Freddie in a while. Best thing I've heard on this album so far. It might be the best verse on this album. Not entirely sure, because I'm a little high and I forgot what all songs are on this album. But I'm pretty sure this is my favorite verse from the album. But yeah. Song's fine until he spends like over 1:20 just talking about beautiful big titty butt naked women don't just fall out of the sky, Which for Kanye they basically do in a way. Like, bro, you just found yourself a knockoff Kim and married her. I mean, that's kind of sad. But if you're happy, whatever. So what's after Back to Me? Hood Rat. This was my favorite track on initial listen, and I don't really know why. I liked the hood rat, because I'm a sucker for vocal samples. Vocal samples, vocal loops, those are my thing. I love those so much. And the hook is one of the better hooks on the project. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But the hood rat sample does get pretty grating as the song goes on. It's almost 4 minutes long. And, like, it doesn't need to be. That's the thing with a lot of these. They're just too long. And I feel like if you would have cut this down to, like, maybe a 30-minute album, you would have a better project. But whatever. So Hood Rat, yeah, it's fine. The hook is good. I like the hook a lot. But the sample just gets annoying after a bit for me. I thought this would be my favorite song from the album forever after I listened to it the first time, but it's grown off of me, if that makes sense. Do It. I forgot this song existed. That's how... Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot this song existed. That's how forgettable it is. What does it sound like? Hold on. Oh yeah, it's that one. Fuck that. No. Get that shit out of here. Watch how I do it, do it. Fuck off. Paperwork. I like the Jesus type sounds on this track because I'm a big Jesus fan. But I mean, it's not too bad, right? We're not gonna be. It's not the worst song on here. But I feel like he wasted the instrumentation on Paperwork. Like, it's not completely finished. It still sounds very rough, especially the not the like building. There's near the chorus where it's like dong dong dang dong dang. It's just rough, and I feel like it could use some more time in the oven. I don't know if he needs to EQ it or whatever. I'm sure he's better at producing music than me. In fact, I'm sure of that. I've never produced anything. No, I've made shit that's better than Donda 2. That is true. I have made everything I've made has been better than Donda 2. But yeah, Paperwork, whatever. Burn, yeah, this is a popular pick for best song on the album, and I mean, yeah, it's the obvious pick. I don't know what happened here. It's just a really good song in between not great songs. I don't know why he threw this on here, but he did. I feel like this could have been something, the beat at least could have been something he saved for his next solo album, if that is even going to be a thing. I've heard rumors, not holding out hope though. The bass goes, trying not to say goes hard. The bass gets me grooving. The bass gets me grooving as fuck. Her body like the boom, 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 boom. As a bass player, that shit activates my neurons. It's great. So yeah, Burn, probably the best track on here. But it's over very soon, which I've heard a lot of people complain about. Who cares? People complain about Burn being too short. And then, like, fucking, what's the 6-minute one? It's towards the end, and it's like 6 minutes, and it goes on for so fucking long. No one's talking about how long that track is, but no, Burn's too short, because it's right under 2 minutes. Nah, I don't fuck with that. Fuck some. This might be the one that made me the most mad. The intro. Memphis rap vocal loops. What did I say? Well, I just said vocal loops earlier. But especially Memphis rap vocal loops and vocal samples that sound like that. Holy shit. Those are some of my favorite things in music. I don't know why. That shit just makes me go bananas. And I was excited that Kanye was going to do like an old school Memphis type beat. No, he just uses that sample as an intro, and then it's just a pretty standard, like... Is that Cardi? I think it is, right? He's on multiple songs. I'm pretty sure that's Cardi. As a Cash Cardi fan, I don't know about Cardi's new voice. I mean, he can't control it. He's grown up. But, I don't know, man. Why do you have to grow up? I like the baby voice Cardi. It was funny. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Fuck Some. I mean, well, I didn't really review the song itself. The song itself is fine. Fine. Bland. It's wallpaper music, bro. It's not something that would make me go like, oh my god, Kanye made this? Because like, if 2 years ago you told me Kanye made this, I'm like, yeah, did he go insane or something? Like, I don't know. I lost what I was talking about. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I lost the plot. What was I talking? It was about Fuck Some. Disregard the last thing I said about Fuck Some that was negative. I don't remember what it is. It's not a bad song, but like, it's just okay. And that's the thing. You either got great songs, well, not great songs. You've got a great song on this album, then you've got some mid ones, some ones that would be 10s if Kanye wasn't on them, and then fucking just the bottom of the barrel. Fuck Something's pretty much in the middle. It's pretty neutral. Vultures. This is the first song to ever come out for the album. I remember when the song came out, and I was like, why can't I listen to it on Spotify? It was on a fucking radio station. It was on a few radio stations in Chicago, I think. Which, yeah, it's on brand. But I was like, why don't you just put the fucking thing on Spotify? And then he did, and then I'm like, can you please take this off Spotify? Ty is fine. He's pretty good. Kanye, though, sounds like he is asleep or on Ambien or just, like, doesn't want to be there. He's like, oh, take me, all times, I don't know who I felt last night. I got all. He's, like, whispering, but in this weird cadence that's just, like, if you don't want to make this song, don't make it. It's fine. If you clearly don't like the song, like, it's just, it's painful to listen to. Because, I mean, the lyrics, okay, anti-Semitic. How could I be anti-Semitic? I just fucked a Jewish bitch. Not the finest of lines to put in your album after your history, but you do you. Whatever. Yeah, that's a little audacious, even for Kanye. But yeah, it's Kanye. The worst part of it. Who would have thought? It's almost like all the songs that Kanye ruins would be fixed if Kanye just took his voice off them. His production is great for the most part. Except for that fucking song that I can't remember the name of that I said the production was rough on. Paperwork, that's what it was. But yeah, Vultures is fine, but then when Kanye comes on, I'm just like, why are we here? Like, could it just be a Ty Dolla $ign song? Why not? Carnival. This song has become the most popular. And I see why. It's got Travis, Cardi, and Rich the Kid. So, like, of course. It's got crazy features. But the chant, it's so bad. And the chant itself, you only hear it at the intro. Then it's mixed in with actual vocals. And it's not as bad. But, like, no. Why? Go, 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 go. Head she good, she a honor roll. That's kind of funny. She ride a dick like Carnival. Okay, whatever. I done did the impossible. Whoa, whoa. I don't know. It sounds weird. It's the chant part. I mean, it's, yeah, the chant is really what gets to me. The chant is weird. The beat itself, I will admit, this is a crazy ass beat. I love this beat. But it doesn't save it from being boring. Just like everything else. Like, sure, once Travis and Cardi come in, yeah, it's not as boring. But, like, do you see what I'm getting at here? I've said it multiple times. Kanye just needs to, like, not, just, like, get off the mic, man. You've had your time. Be a producer. You did it in 2018 for a few people, and it turned out great. I mean, I'm not telling him to stop making music. But I kind of am. I don't know. Stop tarnishing your legacy, man. This is hard to watch. After Dawn to 2, I was like, oh man, he's done. Then after this, I'm like, oh man, he's doneer. But yeah, Carnival's gone viral. A lot of people are saying that it's like the best song. People are saying that Rich the Kid's verse is the best feature, which, what? No, it's Freddie. It's easily Freddie. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, Carnival, the beat's pretty good. Pretty nice Cardi, Travis type, like, you know, rage beat. Well, not rage in the whole lot of red sense. More of a, you know what I mean. If you've heard the song, you know what I mean. I do like the little, that is, I think, what makes me like the beat so much, is the little, like, beep sound, or whatever you call it, that's in the beat, that plays like every few bars. That's a nice addition, and I really like that. But overall, I don't want to listen to this song. I just don't. I don't really like Cardi's new voice. Travis is fine. Ty is fine. Rich the Kid I'm not really familiar with, and I didn't know who he was before that. Well, I had heard the name. I can't tell you a single Rich the Kid song. That might just be showing how uncultured I am. I don't know. But yeah, I never really listened to him. So I can't really say if his performance is good or bad for him or not. So whatever. Beg Forgiveness. That's the fucking 6-minute one. Why is this so long? Trust me, I like a good long Kanye song. I'm a fan of Runaway. I'm a fan of St. Pablo, and this is about the same length as St. Pablo. The problem being, St. Pablo is top 5 Kanye, and this is just like, why? So this isn't anything against the album. I just thought it was funny. It's like, you've gone too far, so you should hang. For some reason, first time I heard that, I thought he was going to say, you've gone too far and you should hang yourself, which would be fucking hilarious. But nah. Yeah, this song spends a lot of time just repeating the same things. And the instrumentation kind of builds, feels kind of orchestral with some electronics in there. But, nah, I mean, it's just too long-winded. And, like, even if this song was shortened down, it still wouldn't be that great. Like, sure, my main criticism is it's too long. But even if you turn this down to, like, a 2-minute song, I don't think I'd really like it that much. It's just okay. It's just, like, fine, right? Like, I don't care. Why is it 6 minutes long? Okay, Problematic. This song, I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't really looked over the lyrics, and I can't remember them right now. But given that the name is Problematic, I'm assuming he says some dumb shit in there like he did in Vultures. Whatever. But I will say, this is probably Kanye's best rapping performance, aside from Burn. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a good track. Not a mid track. It's one of the good ones. We're going to let that sit. But I don't really have much to say about it. Haven't spent as much time with it as the other songs. I tended, when re-listening to this album, I tended to stop about halfway through Beg Forgiveness and contemplate what I'm doing with my life, and then go start doing something else. But yeah, so that's Problematic. King, that's the final track, right? Yeah. I could really go either way. I mean, it's fine. You're not still the king, though. It's like, oh, after all this, I'm still the king. You're not. Sure, you have a lot of fans, and your album went number one. Supposedly, he's the number one artist in the world now, which, whatever. Sure, he has the whole I'm a god. He has the god complex, right? He has the god complex, savior complex. I'm a king. I'm a god. But I think he's just out of touch, because he's not at this point. A lot of people look up to him for his past work, obviously, and people still do. I still look up to him for fucking 808s. Not 808s. Why did I say 808s? I don't even like 808s. I look up to him for Yeezus and Life of Pablo so much. Like, those are fucking insane. Especially from a production standpoint. Well, Yeezus more from a production standpoint. Pablo from production and lyrics. And just, like, it's like the White Album. It's loosely connected ideas. My favorite concept for a concept album is there being no concept. I call them no concept albums. It's like the Beatles' White Album, Life of Pablo, Microphone's Song Islands, and like... Ah, shit, there's one more. Scrapyard by Quedeca, which came out the same month as this. And I can officially say Quedeca came out with a far better work than Kanye West. I think this is the first time I can say that. Because, yeah, he didn't drop in... He did. He did drop in 2022. It was down to 2, and it was ass. Okay, yeah, he did. This is the second time Quedeca has made an album better than Kanye in a year. Yeah. By the way, listen to Scrapyard. It's so good. But overall, I don't really like numerical ratings. I'm lying, I do. But I just... It's like a 4. Like, it's not offensively bad, right? Like, if I'm in public and I hear this, I'm not gonna put in my AirPods to tune it out. I don't think, at least. Let me look at the... yeah, maybe if... yeah, if Beg Forgiveness comes on in public, which... Who is playing Beg Forgiveness on Aux? If you do, I'm murdering you. But, yeah, that was my mostly unedited... Actually, I think entirely unedited. I don't feel like editing this. rant about vultures and how it has turned me into an insane goblin man for the past week.